They say every poem hides a secret, but Sheikh Hamdan's latest words might be hiding something far bigger than anyone expected. Fresh whispers from London suggest that his recent trip isn't just about leisure or business. It could be the start of a quiet, deeply personal chapter in his life. And when you read between the lines of his newest poem, the meaning becomes impossible to ignore. Over the past week, Sheikh Hamdan's footsteps have been drawing attention. He was first spotted in Newmarket, moving quietly among familiar faces. But now, he's in London, settled in his private flat, surrounded by close friends. On the surface, it might look like just another overseas visit, yet, for those who've followed his personal journey, London has always carried a certain weight. And this time, rumors suggest his stay could be linked to someone very specific, Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum. On June 29th, 2022, Sheikh Hamdan posted a poem on Instagram that immediately caught the attention of those who know his history. It opened with the line, "Take the expensive feeling of your fondness in cash." At first glance, it might sound poetic but vague. Look closer, and it feels like a message to someone who's loved him for years without receiving the same in return. Many believe it points directly to Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum, the woman he married through an arrangement set by Sheikh Mohammed, but whose love he never truly embraced. Now, in these words, it's as if he's offering something, anything, to repay the emotional debt built up over their years apart. Not long ago, Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum shared a song by the famous artist Asa'ala, a slow, aching ballad about a girl who loved a boy from a young age only to carry that love unreturned. The lyrics spoke of longing, devotion, and quiet heartbreak. And for many, it felt less like a random song choice and more like a glimpse into her own story. That single post painted a picture of years of unspoken feelings, making Sheikh Hamdan's recent poem feel even more like a direct response to her pain. In another striking verse, Sheikh Hamdan writes, "If you want a response to what you ask me, I will tell you a secret, and I will allow you to publish it." For anyone else, it might sound romantic, but for those who know their history, it's almost shocking. Throughout their marriage, Sheikha was never seen posting photos with him, never given the public acknowledgement that most couples share so easily. Sheikh Hamdan is famously private, yet here he hints at lifting that invisible wall. The word allow isn't just poetic, it's a signal that he may be ready to show their connection to the world, something that could change the course of their relationship entirely. Then comes a verse that shifts the scene entirely. Longing in Dubai is like longing in London. It has eagerness in the hearts of the people. At first it sounds like a simple observation, but there's more under the surface. It's as if he's defending his presence in London, subtly reminding her and perhaps the world that yearning and connection aren't bound by geography. Whether in the golden skyline of Dubai or the misty streets of London, emotions travel with you. And maybe, just maybe, he's hinting that his current distance is not a betrayal, but part of the story they're still writing. Another line reads, "Be educated, open, civilized, but know when to slander." It's a curious choice of words, one that feels both like advice and a challenge. In their history, Sheikha endured the pain of knowing he loved another woman. For some, that wound would never heal. Here, Sheikh Hamdan seems to be saying that forgiveness is noble, but it doesn't erase the wrong. To know when to slander could mean knowing when to call someone out, even while choosing to forgive them. It's a delicate balance, one that suggests he's ready to own his mistakes, but also asking her to meet him halfway. The next verse offers a plea. "If you can put an end to the emotional debate, I will tell you something that saves the rest of the companionship." It paints a scene of two people caught in a cycle, years of hurt turning every conversation into a battle. By asking to end this debate, he's not dismissing the pain. He's offering a way forward. The promise of saving the rest of the companionship sounds like a call to rebuild, returning not just as partners, but as family bound by history and blood. Beneath the words, there's a quiet urgency, as if he knows the chance to mend things may not last forever. Finally, his poem closes with a line layered in nostalgia. Longing in the month of June is very different from longing in the months of July, September, and October. To most, it's cryptic, but for those who know, the month of 6 is June, the month they were married. For Sheikh Hamdan, June isn't just another page on the calendar. It's a reminder of when she was by his side, when the bond between them was still unbroken. By contrasting it with the later months, he's quietly admitting that nothing since has felt quite the same. It's a bittersweet confession, wrapped in the language of longing. Taken as a whole, the poem feels less like art for the public and more like a private letter written in plain sight. It suggests that Sheikha hasn't fully forgiven him, yet it's clear he's making a deliberate effort to close the gap between them. From offering symbolic repayment for her years of love to hinting at finally going public with their relationship, every verse seems to pull her closer. Whether this is the start of a reconciliation or just another chapter in their complicated story, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Sheikh Hamdan isn't letting this love fade quietly into the past. The question is, will she meet him halfway?